Okay, this is attempt number 2 to record this lecture. There was an error in the first one. Okay, so this is for Signing Naturally, Unit 10, Subchapter 1, so 10.1. And if you notice in your book, it's giving opinions about others. And Subchapter 1 is giving opinions about tendencies. And the sign for tendencies is this. Tendencies. Get on my shirt. Oh my God. Tendencies. It kind of looks like the sign for feeling, but it sort of pulls off. Some people will sign it down, tend. I find myself doing this more often and seeing this more often. I don't know if it's a regional thing. One of the main things that this unit deals with, 10.1, is focusing on leading us to a simple exchange of information. I have a PowerPoint that hopefully this is embedded in. And the dialogue is very simple. It's, I tend to do this, whatever activity, how about you? And then the response that hopefully you'll feel comfortable with as well is, oh, me too, I'm always like this, or I do that too. Or the negative, no, I'm not like that, or I don't do that. I insert the opposite or insert something different. So not only are we going to deal with all of that vocabulary, we're also going to deal with the grammatical structures and some of the different ways, variations we can assign that to be more clear. So, for example, I tend to be late. I tend to be late. We'll just sign late a couple of times. And then, how about you? I tend to be late. How about you? Notice I'm also doing a topic comment structure of the grammar. So it's I'm the topic, and then the comment is tend to be late. So it's like I tend to be late, and then a yes/no question. How about you? Right? So you can see how that grammar goes. Topic, comment, yes/no question, and the answer. I'm the same. Now, we've seen same like this, right? You can be a little bit more specific with same. This is generic. There is similarity. Or you can say specifically me and you and I, or the two of us. You could do the two of us, but if you mean we're the same specifically, it's this handshake. We're the same. Could be the entire class, or the entire class, or you and me. If you're doing 2 hands for emphasis, like all caps. So you could say me, same, or just me, same. I'm the same as you. I tend to be late. Okay. So it's, again, another topic comment. I'm the same. Topic comment. I, another topic, tend to be late. Right? Opposite. You could say, oh, no. I'm different. Me, different. I tend to be on time. So no is the negation. Then I, another topic, comment. Topic, comment. Okay? So you can see how all those pieces start coming together. It may be helpful to approach each one separately. Get the vocab down. Then once you've got the vocab down, then start putting in the grammar. And ideally, you should start to be quickly getting to the point where the eyebrow movements and the phrasing should start to be natural now for these short sentences. We can also incorporate contrastive structure, where you're talking about 2 different things, where she is always on time, but he always late. Or another way, she tends to be on time, he tends to be late. Okay. So You see how we're now incorporating that in the signs as opposed to having to say always. It becomes a tendency. Introducing their personality or something about them as the sign itself. That sounded really confusing. It'll make more sense in a little bit. So temporal aspect is the key factor with what we're showing. Every verb can happen in basically 3 different ways. It can occur once, it can occur repeatedly, or it can occur continuously. So if I say go, I can go. I go once, right? Go once. We'll start in ASL3 to really look at how we can pack that verb with information to show that you went slowly, or you went in a panic, or whatever adverbs you have, you can put into that verb. Into that verb. This is part of it. How it happens over time. I could go. I go often or regularly. I go all the time. My favorite restaurant. I go all the time. Work is a little bit different because there's a double tap. So it looks like a noun, right? Because we have sit and chair. So work has a double tap. Doing this doesn't mean work. It actually means stone or rock. So a double tap for work. So I work regularly, like every day, work. Or continuously, we just keep repeating in sort of a circular pattern, work. So if you pulled a double shift, worked. Okay. So we've got sort of one time, repeated, and continuous. So I put some examples of sentences using contrastive structure and temporal aspect. Now we're going to get a little bit further down into that particular rabbit hole. Eat. You can eat once, right? I know we tend to sign eat, but really we tend to, hearing people when we learn sign first, tend to repeat a sign until we're ready to sign the next one. And it's very off-putting as a spectator to receive that, because it'd be like, it's sort of like a stammer in spoken English. So if someone said, so I went to the store, little kids tend to, some little kids do that. That's just how they get caught in a loop until they're ready for the next word. So just to be aware, we're now starting to look at verbs as a performance. If it happened once, you do it once. You don't want to repeat it. So we've got a single action, eat. If every morning you eat, if you go to the buffet and gorge, it's a continuous action. So that's why if you say, I went and ate, if you do this, it means it was a sizable meal. Or if you went and, I had tapas, just, a little snack. So how you sign it is going to change the meaning. We could do sleep. I sleep. Every night I sleep. Or sleep. It doesn't look circular, but it is. I suppose you could do it with 2 hands. It feels kind of weird to me to do that. It doesn't feel natural. It feels better to be like sleep. Or sleep continuously. To jump back to something that repeats, you can sign repeat. I go again and again and again to reinforce it. So you can include it with vocabulary, or you can do it within the sign. Practice both. Using again and again and again for a repetition, or continuous for a continuous action, so that it's your choice whether you do it with the verb alone or whether you do it with a verb paired with one of those words. the more you practice these sentences and feel comfortable with that format, each of the formats, the easier it will be to do this. And as I say, there are irregulars, work. You can work singularly, you can work repeatedly, in repetition, or you can work continuously for a long time. And clean is another one. Clean, because we do it twice, 1, 2. So you can clean once, you can clean, clean, clean repeatedly, or you can clean in a continuous action. And I will put examples, eventually I'll have GIFs for each of these examples. I have most of the vocab in there, but I'll try to see if I can take them from this recording. So again, the grammar basics are we've got same or same, different. There's no way to do different between the two of us. It's always just out in front and neutral. We've got pronouns and contrastive structure. So remember everybody you're talking about. Topic comment, eyebrows up, eyebrows down and nod, or eyebrows up and eyebrows down and shake your head. And yes/no questions where eyebrows go up and you're asking the other person for a simple answer. So the slide then says, use temporal aspect to describe a person's tendency. And I've got a whole bunch of vocab in there. The book in the outline doesn't give the opposites, but through the vocab, they do incorporate both. So I've got them in the PowerPoint now so that you can see the opposites. I put tendency, the vocab in there so you can see. In the vocab, she's signing it with 2. You can sign it with 1 or 2. 2 is, as you've seen, there's most signs of a formal 2-handed version, and then there's a 1-handed version that you can use. So then I have being on time, being late, and 2 examples of gifts. Being present, and then being absent. And being present, going to class, or skipping class, being absent from class. So I go through all of the vocab, and actually at the end of the PowerPoint, towards the end, I've got the full, go down, I've got the full list of vocab, so you can check off, make sure you know what they are. It's always hard to write translations, and Signing Naturally tries to be really careful to not just give you a one-word translation, because we oftentimes associate word with sign, and there's no variation in either of those meanings, and they don't want you to do that. And you'll see by some of these how that could be a trap. And then afterwards, I've got, I took the mini dialogues from the textbook, the homework, basically, from the textbook. So take a look at those and try to answer the questions from the dialogues. That's a lot of material, and this is going to take you a while to get through it. If there are other signs that you can think of or that you want to know and look up online, there are plenty of YouTube channels that you can find new vocab. So now take a look at what's on the PowerPoint. I've tried to incorporate everything from Signing Naturally there so that it's all in one place.